Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The latest episode of WWE Raw not only featured John Cena's last appearance on the red brand, but also saw Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns make a return to complete both teams for the men's War Games match. It is now confirmed that Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso will go up against Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker in San Diego. Given the shocking returns of the OTC and the Beast incarnate during the main event, fans are now suggesting that the Stamford-based promotion might kick off a storyline between the veterans sooner than expected. Now, let's explore 3 signs that WWE is heading towards another Roman Reigns vs. Brock Lesnar match. CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos faced off against The Vision, Logan Paul, and Drew McIntyre in the main event of this week's Raw. As expected, a chaotic brawl broke out between the two teams before the shocking return of Brock Lesnar and then Roman Reigns. However, the creative team might have teased another compelling program between Reigns and Lesnar in the near future, when the veterans face off during the show. This could be aimed at building up an exciting storyline that eventually leads to a blockbuster match at WrestleMania 42. Last week on Raw, John Cena captured the Intercontinental Championship from Dominic Mysterio. That had led many to suggest that the company could have either Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns return and challenge Cena for the title at Survivor Series, but that was not the case for the veterans upon their return. However, the Stamford-based promotion pulled off a major swerve on fans by booking Dominic to face the franchise player instead in a rematch at the upcoming WWE Premium Live event. Meanwhile, Lesnar and Reigns entered the men's War Games match as opponents. Currently, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are not part of John Cena's Last Time Is Now tournament despite sharing a storied history with the franchise player in WWE. Interestingly, that may be a plan to have the veterans focus on entering a compelling program to set the stage for a blockbuster match in the near future. While the tournament progresses, the creative team could have the Beast incarnate continue with his feud with Reigns even after Survivor Series. Interestingly, they could blow the roof off with their rivalry, further fueling fans' interest. WWE may be subtly positioning its chess pieces for one of the most polarizing blockbuster matches in modern wrestling history. Another Roman Reigns vs. Brock Lesnar showdown. While many fans assumed the rivalry had reached its definitive end after their chaotic last man standing war at SummerSlam 2022, several recent developments on television, backstage reports, and narrative patterns suggest WWE might be preparing the ground for yet another high-stakes collision between the Tribal Chief and the Beast incarnate. Roman Reigns has remained WWE's most dominant force whenever he appears, and despite a reduced schedule, the aura surrounding him has only intensified. Meanwhile, Brock Lesnar, though absent from WWE programming for months due to ongoing legal complications and uncertainty surrounding his return, remains one of WWE's most bankable attractions. Historically, WWE has always turned to Lesnar whenever a major stadium show needs a headline that commands mainstream attention. The closer we inch toward major premium live events in 2026, the more it seems the company could be eyeing a return to the rivalry that defined the last decade of main event storytelling. One of the strongest indications comes from the way WWE continues to speak about Roman Reigns' legacy. Even when Reigns is not actively competing, commentators reference his past battles to emphasize the enormity of his reign and status. Among those rivals, Brock Lesnar's name is mentioned more consistently than anyone else. In fact, commentary teams and video packages have gone out of their way to remind viewers of Reigns' most hard-fought battles, with Lesnar placed at the center of those narratives. WWE does not repeatedly highlight a feud of that magnitude unless there is promotional value in keeping it fresh in the audience's mind. Considering how carefully the company manages Reigns' story presentation, such strategic recall is unlikely to be accidental. Another major clue lies in the internal discussions about WWE's premium live event strategy. Reports indicate that WWE is looking to stack multiple shows next year with star-driven matches that appeal to global markets. The success of international events in Australia, Saudi Arabia, France, and Germany has pushed the company to consider blockbuster main events for venues that may not see top-tier stars often. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar is a proven attraction capable of drawing enormous attention anywhere in the world. WWE may be evaluating the match as a potential anchor for a future international stadium show, especially since both men hold unparalleled name recognition. If Lesnar becomes available to return, WWE could view this rivalry as an automatic box office hit requiring minimal build-up. Creative hints have also played a role in resurfacing speculation. Solo Sikoa's ongoing transformation into a more ruthless enforcer figure has drawn comparisons to how Lesnar demolished Roman's support systems in the past, leaving Reigns vulnerable and exposed. Some segments have portrayed Roman's bloodline as increasingly unstable, which could set up a narrative where Reigns is forced to rely on his old instincts, the same instincts that carried him through wars with Brock Lesnar. There is also speculation that Paul Heyman may become the connective thread once again if WWE decides to revisit the Tribal Chief versus the Beast. Heyman's loyalties have been exploited in virtually every chapter of this rivalry, and the current storyline paint him as emotionally and strategically compromised. If the wise man's growing distress leads to an eventual betrayal angle or moment of desperation, it could open a door for Brock Lesnar to re-emerge as a monstrous force unleashed by Heyman's inner turmoil. Besides storyline breadcrumbs, one cannot ignore the real-world business motivations that have historically influenced WWE's biggest creative decisions. Endeavor and TKO Group have repeatedly emphasized revenue acceleration through marquee attractions. Brock Lesnar has always been a needle mover, both in terms of mainstream buzz and premium ticket sales. Roman Reigns remains the company's biggest star and the face of global marketing campaigns. A renewal of their rivalry, even if only for a single match, fits perfectly within TKO's strategy of maximizing high-profile matchups. If WWE feels a major show is lacking a jaw-dropping headliner, no pairing delivers an instant spectacle quite like Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Additionally, Brock Lesnar's return, whenever it happens, will need to feel monumental. WWE cannot simply slot him against a mid-card name or throw him into a random feud. The company will want his comeback moment to feel seismic. What bigger statement could Lesnar make than stepping back onto WWE soil directly in the path of the greatest champion of the modern era? The Beast incarnate confronting the Tribal Chief would instantly dominate global wrestling headlines. And while some fans feel the rivalry has been exhausted, WWE has proved time and again that no feud is ever truly finished if interest can be reignited. Both men now occupy different positions than they did during their earlier clashes. Roman Reigns has elevated his character into mythic territory, and Brock Lesnar, upon return, would be operating with a blank slate after months away from WWE television. Those new dynamics could give their interactions fresh tension, and possibly even shift the power balance in unexpected ways. WWE also understands that nostalgia often sells just as effectively as fresh matchups. While fans crave new stars, they also crave familiar epics with stakes they already understand. Reigns versus Lesnar is one of WWE's most historically impactful rivalries, spanning WrestleMania main events, championship battles, and violent spectacles. The imagery of Lesnar lifting Reigns for an F5 or Roman delivering a spear to the Beast is already etched into the minds of millions of viewers. From a marketing perspective, reviving the rivalry is almost effortless. Even subtle crowd reactions play a part. Whenever Lesnar's name is referenced, fans still erupt with a level of excitement reserved for only a handful of performers. Roman Reigns, likewise, continues to evoke strong emotional responses, from loud boos to passionate chants. Pairing two performers who command such intense crowd energy guarantees an electric atmosphere, something WWE values highly when crafting premium live event main events. Another possible factor is the conclusion of Roman's current storyline arc. Once the saga with Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and the imploding bloodline reaches a dramatic peak, WWE will need a new threat capable of challenging Reigns on a mythic level. There are only a few roster members large enough, credible enough, and star-powered enough to genuinely threaten the tribal chief's throne. Brock Lesnar is one of those rare names. The story writes itself. A returning beast looking to avenge his losses and reclaim dominance versus a tribal chief trying to prove his empire has not cracked. Even if Lesnar doesn't defeat Roman, the journey toward that match would draw massive attention. Moreover, the WWE is known for keeping long-term options open, even when fans assume a rivalry is finished. Reigns and Lesnar have faced each other multiple times, yet each bout has presented a unique angle. Heyman's betrayal, last man standing chaos, disputed finishes, and title unifications. If WWE wants to craft a new version of the feud, it could introduce fresh stipulations, bloodline involvement, or even new character evolutions that make the story different from previous encounters. The creative team has shown a willingness to return to proven rivalries when they align with the current narrative landscape. Ultimately, while nothing is officially confirmed, the signs pointing toward another Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar showdown are becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. From strategic commentary references to rumors about WWE's event planning, from Paul Heyman's emotional unraveling to the company's desire for colossal main events, the pieces are lining up in a way that suggests this rivalry may not be over after all. WWE thrives on spectacle, and few spectacles are bigger than the tribal chief standing across the ring from the beast incarnate. If both men are positioned correctly, and the timing aligns with WWE's larger storytelling goals, the world may once again witness one of the most iconic big match pairings of the modern era. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.